Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal and we're here to do some clay, porcelain clay, air dry clay that makes the most beautiful things. These are what we're going to do today was we're going to make these cute little bowls, and we can decorate them however we choose, and I'll give you some ideas as we go along. Also, we'll touch base on a little bit about what and how I use air clay so that I can pass on my knowledge to you. One of the main things is I never touch the clay. When I get it out of the main packaging, if I grab a hunk, I already have prepared. I'm talking awful fast. Sorry about that, guys. How is your day? I'm hoping good. I need to slow down. I've just been going 100 miles an hour today. Anyway, once you get your clay, your chunk of clay out, okay, trying to have your cellophane already out and ready, and simply lay it right on it. And as you can see, the reason why this one is so kind of, in there, gouged in there, is because I did all the kneading and things like that when it was inside the cellophane. My hands don't touch it because I find that it dries the clay out quicker. It has something to do with the oils and the things like that that come off of our hands. So to make life a lot easier, I found that this is one of the ways I can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this, and I believe I'm going to have to join another chunk that I had ready, because this is going to be, I want to roll out a good size of it, basically. So I'm just going to give it kind of a push, and noticing that I'm just using the cellophane, and I may have to get another piece. I should have maybe had this all done for y'all, but at least you kind of know what you're up against, what you do. If you wanted to, start kind of where I am right now, which is unfortunate because I should have done this last night, and that way it had all been joined together really good. And there we go. And this is a pretty big chunk for a small piece of saran wrap, I hope I'm saying that right, plastic wrap, whatever we call it. I don't know, what is the England, well, I wonder what English people call it. Let's see here how we're doing. Okay, what I might do is just give this another little work, that way I don't take up so much of your time. You get it, I'm just kind of kneading the dough, and I need to get another fresh plastic, so right back. Okay, I got it all worked well together, and I'm going to go ahead and lay it down on what is called wax paper. I've discovered that it can be your best friend when it comes to working with the clay. There we go. It doesn't stick. I've seen a lot of others do it right on glass, and it doesn't stick. Mine always sticks. It just, this is what works for me. Maybe it'll work for you if you're having some of those difficulties as well. And as well as not touching the clay. I saw a lot of them kneading it and all this stuff, and I find that it would, they wonder why they get the cracks and things like that. Well, anyway, there's our wax paper. We've got that down. We've got our clay. We haven't touched it. We're then going to cover it with another piece of wax paper. Then we're going to grab our rolling pin. You can get these at Michael's. They are awesome. One of the reasons is you don't have that, anyway, I'm sure if you're doing any of these crafts with me right now, you get it. And all I'm doing now is just using gentle pressure in the middle and then moving towards the edge. Going from middle to edge. And what's nice about wax paper is you can move it around, and I wish I could get a Lazy Susan or a pottery wheel, but oh my goodness, they want over $200 for a pottery wheel. So I don't guess I'll be getting one of those. That's quite expensive. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're pretty much just making the correct dimensions, thickness, thinness kind of thing, and the size of the bowl that we're going to try to make, which is going to be molded from this bowl right here. Okay, it'll actually sit inside here, and we'll show you how to do that. And so that's coming up. This is looking really good. What I like to do is, because it's on this paper, it's really easy just to give it a flip over, take a peek at what's going on this side. Make sure that your wax paper isn't getting too soft. If it is, get a new piece, because in fact, I'm going to. It's better than it getting so soft that it starts sticking into the clay. We don't want that. Okay, there we go. So we can always use a part of this later after it dries. So I'm going to put it down here for now to dry and get back to rolling. In fact, I need to move some of this delicate stuff or I'm going to end up breaking it. There we go. Okay, so we're back to rolling. We're back to rolling. I noticed on this side that we were a bit on the thick side, so it was good I turned it around. And that's looking really good right there. I'm pretty sure. Maybe just a little more. Let's see what I can get. Just making a pie. When my grandmother taught us to make pies, the pie crust. So that's what gave me the idea to use the wax paper. Aha, something that won't stick. And I don't have to put my hands all in it and ruin it. Okay, this is getting just about perfect now, okay? I'm not good at measuring. I'm pretty sure, let's see, I don't know. You know, it's always a gamble. Don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. Maybe you can see it better that way. Okay, let me just slip this away for a second. And let's just go ahead and see what we have. Just pull it off like that. Well, actually, what I'd like to do is go ahead and flip it. Matter of fact. Oh, and I got my nice gouge with my nail. Isn't that lovely when you do that? I'm not a fan of doing that. I can't believe I just did that. That's a big gouge, too. Well, we're just going to have to really work with that. Wow, I really gouged. Watch your nails, ladies. Well, this is what I'm here for, to make those mistakes, and that kind of gives you a heads up as well. Anyway, look, we've already flipped it, and we put our little nail in it and all that good stuff. And we're moving on. It's time now to give it a good cut. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. See if the camera won't adjust a little bit to the lighting. Okay, I wish I was live, that way somebody could tell me. So what I'm going to do is use the bowl naturally, since it's going to be the size of the bowl, like the bowl, just not as deep, is I use the bowl to be the cutter, like a cookie cutter. And all you're going to do is find where you want to put it, and then put a little strength to it. Give it a little rock. And when you feel like you've broken through, make sure to push down at the area where you're pulling away. Okay, that's one of my tips there for sure, because you're not always sure with something. It's not a cookie cutter, you know, so it's not real sharp. And if we have to, we'll get our X-Acto knife, but I think it's going to do what it's doing and behave and just come off real easy like it's doing. Perfect. It's like when you lay painter's tape down and you're creating a line for something and it turns out perfect. Then you're just super, super excited. Let me grab. I am in need of more extra pieces, believe it or not. I went through all of them last night. I made some cute little flowers and stuff like that. Now what we do to say is we save the clay, by the way, around the bowl. And all I'm doing is I gave it a quick glance to make sure there wasn't anything. Yeah, that's not too bad for you, feel. To see if there was anything that maybe flew on it, got on it. You never know. Barely want to touch it though. Like I said, don't like to touch. Alright, so this one looks just fine. Just roll it up. Do a little better job rolling than I did. It's a little better if you can get it more towards the ball. But anyway, stick it together like that and then close her up, because that's pretty much it for this right now project as far as kneading clay. Unless I come up with another idea, which I do a lot of times. So what I'm going to do though before lifting the bowl is I'm just going to go around the outside and clean it up a little bit. I know on this side it did not come as clean as the other side. So all I'm doing is taking some off, okay? And I even save that, I know. Anal, right? I'm anal. I really am anal. I can't stand, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I don't know, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just talking. My husband's out mowing the lawn. I didn't follow one of my tips, which was to push down, and I paid for it there a little bit. Really push down if you're going to use the scalpel around it to get that edge. Nice. Alright, now this part is always fun, and that is getting it off. And with some gentle coaxing, hopefully, and if not gentle, I'll have to get rough. We are going to give a struggle. Boy, I must have really pushed that in tight. There we go. Maybe I may have to roll it. We'll have to see what we get after this. Oh my, I've never had such a hard time. It's because I'm filming it. You know how that goes, ladies. Any of you crafter friends of mine. This is a trip. If I could just get it to come up. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. My goodness. What a struggle. That was a struggle, guys. Struggle. And I'm just going to kind of push down on some of these areas that just got all dimpled up. Okay, let's see how bad the other sides are looking. Yeah, not so great. And I can see here I need a little trimming. And all you do is just trim it. Not a big deal. Although I guess I act like it's a big deal, but it's not. Anyway, we're supposed to be doing this to relax and have fun and, you know, create something we like that'll look nice in our home. I love these little trinket bowls, actually. I really do. I adore them. I love to decorate them with the little birds I make, or flowers. I'm going to do one with a bunny soon. Okay, and yeah, quite a big. That's where I had dug my nail, see, and it's still living. What I'll do is see if I can just fill it in. Quite a difference there, isn't there? I shouldn't need any slip, but just push it in there and push it around. Be boss. Save your clay. Get mine over here. There. Okay. See here, come on. And as you see, with just a little bit of work, I caused this. This is a faux pas. I don't know what you call that. But the biggest thing I preach is don't get your nails in it. Don't touch it. And look, I'm having to touch it. I got my nail in it. And yeah. Don't do as I say. What is that? Do as I say, not as I do. I don't know. But that's irritating. That definitely has irritated me. But anyway, it is what it is. And I'm, in fact, going to take a look at the other side real quick. Well, I'm going through wax paper today like crazy, that's for sure. That's another reason I thought this was, I was feeling moistness happening, yes, and I was right. And see this side, it took a hit there. So let's see if I can't do a little smoothing out right there. I want my back side to look good. It's a bowl. Better. Alright, this is the part where I actually get into the water, okay? And I'm dipping my hand in the wrong thing. There we go. Have yourself a little bowl of water. This is about the time I introduce the water in my projects, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm simply running my finger along the outside and smoothing it. Very little water, don't go crazy. It's a, I call it a delicate dance between water and clay. And I like it, it's soothing. You can make so many things. I just really wanted another plate. It's kind of selfish. I made the video thinking, why not, you know, I'm going to make a vase for myself anyway. Might as well tape it, so I did. You see there was some wobbleness there happening, so water helps too. It can be very forgiving. The clay can be forgiving. And this is actually the back side that I'm working, but I want it nice and smooth too, because the bottom of the bowl partially will be seen. And even if it wasn't seen, it would still probably bother me if it wasn't done right. I don't like half done things. I like to make it as good as I can. Then I let it go. Then it is what it is, and like it or don't like it, right? Okay, so we're coming around the back stretch here. This side looked a little bit out of wackadoodle too. I'm going to bring some, now I'm pushing a little bit harder because the clay is still very movable and moldable. And I'm bringing it over because I saw a very kind of a thin spot right there. We don't want any weak spots in our bowl or too thin. So then go back over it. Make sure you got it the way you want the bottom. Which I kind of like it to have no seams. So I'm trying to smooth that part out. I got another nail marked. Boy, this is nail mark day for me. Okay, there we go. And we're done. Well, you know what? I'm going to give it the very last. And just a little bit of water, not a whole lot, guys. Smoothing over of the top. Because I don't want any cracks or little divots or anything in my clay. You'll be surprised what things get in your clay. They just blow around your house. Okay, that's looking nice to me. I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there, just like that, and gently turn it over, and we're going to fix this side. Now it's gotten wet too. And we're going to make this side as pretty as the other side. Using just a little bit of water, a little bit of pressure. You want to undo what you did on the other side. Pull your clay forward towards the center. That's a good tip, I guess, when you're doing this, and especially if you see a thin side, like that's a thin side I saw, and I'm seeing right here. So I'm pulling clay kind of down and on it. There we go. Something I didn't like on there, so I got that off. Coming around the stretch. There we go. And she's pretty. Now I'm going to come over the top again with a light coat of water to try to smooth it out. I got to thinking usually I use cellophane, but not in this case. Not at the very end of the stage, because for too many little divots and things like that I needed more personal attention to. Make sure your circle is nice. Alright, there we go. Okay, now, yay! What I want to do is make a hanger. And I'm just going to find a little tool, this one will do, to make a hole. Put it right about there, and I'm making a hole. So all I'm doing is pushing and twisting to make sure that I get all the way through. Yes, I'm all the way through. One more time, still nice and clean. Now here is where you can put impressions into your clay. I've got to have something to drink, excuse me. In other words, if you wanted the star, let's say, right? I glued some safety pins together and made a star and used it as an impression for that one bowl. Now, I already have one of those, so I don't want one of those. I really don't know what I want, actually, on the bowl itself, now that I think about it. And the other one, by the way, was a heart. And I'm not seeing my little heart mold jumping out at me, but it's here somewhere. Anyway, we don't want another heart. I've already got another heart here. Let's do, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? All right, be right back, let me think. Okay, I found my direction. I think that I'm gonna try this little bunny that I hand drew out on a piece of paper. This is the kind of paper it is. This is a little bird template that I made. And it's kind of a flimsy-ish paper, so it's not copy paper. And so it makes really good templates. I will show you what this kind of paper is called. Maybe I'll put it down in the description box if I don't forget. Now, what I want to do is I'm just going to try to make an impression of the bunny. I'm not cutting the bunny out, which normally that's what I would do, you know, but that's not what we're going for. We just want, I want that paper to, let me put these away, there we go, to adhere a little better to the paper, adhere better to the clay, the paper to the clay, if I can talk. Just to see if I can get an impression out of that. I have no clue. I pressed around with my fingers, but as you were seeing, it was kind of rolling up, so I'm going to break out the hard stuff. The rolling pin. Boy, I wouldn't want to be hit with a rolling pin, I'll tell you. That's solid wood. Okay, so let's lift this up. Let's see what we get here. Let's see if we got an imprint of a bunny. No. Sorta. Sorta. I actually could go around with a tool or even a toothpick and see if we can draw this bunny out. Yeah, hey, how about that? That's cool, right? And there will be our imprint. Looks like little balls of clay like to build up on your toothpick, so grab that. Oh, and then, well, I was planning on doing that actually, but not like that. That's a little thicker here. There we go. Okay. Didn't want it too thick, but not. It's a little thicker than I wanted, but. Oh, Crystal. Trying something new. You never know. So until you try it, so. We're going to see if we can't lessen that a little bit. I didn't quite want you so deep, but there we go. Somewhat. There we go. Okay, let's get over here to the dry clay. I pushed too hard is what I did. But it's fixable, and it may even turn out to look like hair. Get those little pieces off that want to stick there. Trying to see if I can get that line clear. Boy, that sucks right there. Crystal, crystal. This easy too, and that was a silly mistake. Okay, huh, interesting, right? Need to get all those little, you know what's off of there. Not poking your, I can't believe I poked that like that. That was terrible. Okay, lucky thing I was gonna put some detail there. Okay, there we go. Boom, cute little bunny. Now I gotta figure out how to get all them little dots out of there. Don't want them there. Maybe a brush. Maybe a brush. Brush. What do you think, brush? What brush? What brush would work? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Good old fan brush. Gotta love ya. Used to make the prettiest things with the watercolor with these fan brushes. Alright. The bunny is saved. And I still hate that little mess up right there, but what do you do? What do you do? And even right here is kind of messed up. But we can give him little bunny feet. Yeah. There we go. Okay. You're a happy little guy, aren't you? There you are. Use your tools, Crystal, not your hands. Because I want that paint, when I paint it, to flow into that cute little design. And it can be, I like to put the hole in it, usually just to put a bow in it or a little tie or something. The bowls, you know, normally you don't hang up, so. Okay, so the next part of this is removing it from your bottom of your clay. And prepared and ready, I am cellophaned the bowl, okay? Cellophane the inside. That's where you're going to be laying your bunny. We're going to hope we're going to lay our bunny without ruining the edges. Plus, I want to be able to get it out. You saw the last time, it was stuck in there. Okay. Don't need that much of a bowl, but it'll fall on its own. Gravity, I'm thinking. How I did my other ones. Did I push real? I don't remember pushing really hard. I think I let it kind of sink in. There we go. With somewhat of a lip that I could get a hold of. There we go. Alright, let me just smooth the edges now because I've touched them. A lot. Needs a lot of smoothing, actually. Making the bunny did not make for good edge there. But we're almost done, guys. And you'll see the finished product when I paint it. Unfortunately, this takes at least 2 days to dry, to completely dry, before I would even touch it with paint. But gives you time to plan, you know, what you're gonna do with it. Maybe you want to put your rings in it. Maybe some cute bunny little eggs for the Easter time. That would be kind of cute. Okay, there we go. And once this is dried, what's going to come out is something that looks like this. And it will be dried completely and white. Okay, it's beautiful. And this is up for painting. And what you'll end up getting, depending on what you decide to do, whether it's to put a bird on the outside of it, what I'm going to do, possibly some, I'm seeing some rabbit, little eggs and stuff. This one's going to be so cute, okay? But it's going to end up like this, okay? So that's the next step, and then you simply paint it, and this is a Mod Podge over the top, and puff paint. This is I used a watercolor wash, acrylic on the background, paint puff right around the little dots everywhere, so they stood out more. This I have a different plan for, which was to do some weaving. I'm not sure what I'm going to do quite yet with the paint job on that. Okay, well, let's end it with that. There is our bunny. Let's see, let's make sure that it's seen. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you're digging me, if you're digging my channel, I would love it if you'd subscribe. It would help me out so much. It would help the channel out so much, and I could do so much more. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Say, hey, you're doing a good job, you know. Thumbs up, real easy. I do go ahead and post it to Facebook and stuff like that, but if you could put your remarks and stuff like that inside the YouTube player, that would really work. And I welcome anybody that maybe discovered me and would like to subscribe. Please come to my family. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. God bless, okay? Until the next time, our hands will see you. Bye.